right, good afternoon, good morning, good evening. I think we got all the time zones covered. I want to welcome you to Conversations with Entrepreneurs. My name is T. Gray, your Vice President of Operations for Ibüümerang, and I have a fun job on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 o'clock. I get a chance to interview people who might be just like you, who may have a story just like yours or a background just like yours, who, they were working a job or they had a business and ultimately they decided, you know what, they needed to do something more. They found the industry of network marketing and created success. And, this show is not a business presentation. For those of you who are watching, we're not going to give you a business presentation. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to share these stories. And we hope that during these crazy times and this pandemic and stuff that we're dealing with, quarantine, that these stories inspire you. We know that there are so many people who either they've lost their jobs or they're worried about whether they're still gonna have a job, or their business is negatively impacted by what's going on in the world today. And they're wishing that they had another plan in place at this time that could carry them through. We like to introduce you to people on this show, Conversations with Entrepreneurs, that have put this plan in place a while ago and they are reaping the benefits today. And hopefully that will inspire you to embrace this industry. Today's story will be absolutely fantastic, just like our stories are every single week. I want to introduce you to a gentleman who has been a personal inspiration of mine ever since I got to know him. I've known him now for a couple of years, and even though he's a rock star, he's just one of the humblest people and one of the coolest people that you'll ever get to meet. He hails from Mexico, and his name is Cesar Munoz. Cesar, come on screen and join us here. Say hi to everybody.
Hello, brother. How you doing?
Bro, you are looking good. Yeah, I love your background there. That's a really nice background.
New hair.
Got a new haircut. Oh, so do I. I got a new haircut today too. What do you think about mine?
Yeah. And you see my new office.
Yes, it looks good. It looks good. And for everybody who's watching, Blue Diamond is not only one of the highest levels you can achieve in Ibüümerang, one of the highest levels of success. It's one of the highest levels you can achieve in the entire network marketing industry, and frankly, in the world, in terms of the lifestyle you live and the income and stuff you can earn at this particular level. So we're just really excited that Cesar is taking time out of his busy schedule to come on here and share his story. Now Cesar, you and I had a chat about your story just a little while ago, and there were just so many things about the story that were just blowing my mind. Let's get down to business and go back to the beginning. Go ahead and tell your story.
Perfect. First of all, thank you very much for the invitation. It's a pleasure for me being here and share with the people, because I know today there is many people that maybe can relate with the thing that I want to tell you, because sometimes the people see the success, but they don't see the process. They see right now with money, making many travels around the world and everything, but I think everybody will have a process, and I want to tell you thank you for the invitation. I will do the best with my English always. It's a pleasure I'm learning English right now, but I speak better than last year because I have talked too many times in English. So it's a pleasure for me being here. I want to tell you that it's a long story, but I want to try to share everything. This started in 2010. 2010, I get involved in network marketing. I was 23 years old. Okay, 10 years ago, I was 23 years old. I'm an industrial engineer. I get graduated when I was 22. So after I get graduated, I start my master's degree also, because I used to play baseball. So I have a scholarship. I do the high school in San Diego, California, because I have a scholarship. I have the opportunity to go to the to a private university because I have a scholarship, and also that's why I do my master's degree. But at the beginning was funny. I want to tell you because I forgot to tell you something a little when we talk, but was funny how I get involved in network marketing. I was working as an industrial engineer in a company that is called, in that time, I was working in Rainbird. I don't know if you have listened about Rainbird. We do the sprinklers. We used to do the sprinklers with you.
Yeah. Everybody who has like an automated sprinkler system in America, most people have Rainbird.
Oh, okay. I used to work there. My first company as an industrial engineer, as an industrial engineer, I start as an intern in Mattel. We do the toys, okay, Fisher Price, all the toys. Then after that, I went to Rainbird, and I want to tell you a little more about that, but I want to tell you first how I get into network marketing, because it was funny. I was working as an industrial engineer, but I was really looking for something else. And I want to tell you this. The first time, and this is very funny because the first time I get into work as an industrial engineer was also with Carlos Gutierrez. Carlos is also an industrial engineer.
Yes.
We were together in the college, so we get into the company, and I remember that day, bro. I feel like this is not me, because we get in at 7 a.m. and we get out at 6 p.m. Okay, but the cool thing or the thing that I don't like is because I was in a facility, we don't have windows, so really we don't have windows. We have a production area when we're producing all the things, so I cannot see to the outside. So imagine I get in 7 a.m. I have like 30 minutes to get a lunch. So I remember that day was I get in and it was a bit like not too many lights because it was in the morning. And when I go out at 6 p.m. was already 9. So I didn't see the sun all day. And I remember I said to Carlos, I don't like this, but I have to do it. I have to work. I need money. But when I start as an intern, we were making, we live in Mexico, so I was making like $40 per week as an intern of an industrial engineer. Then we escalate and we go to other position and we made like $500. But after 4 years working as an industrial engineer with my master's degree, I was making $1,000 per month. After
time out.
4 years.
I got to ask you. So after 4 years as an industrial engineer with a master's, only $1,000 a month?
Yes. After 3 jobs. After 3 jobs. The first one was Mattel. The second one was Rainbird. But this 1,000 was when I went to other company that is called Aero Design in Mexico, Zodiac Aerospace in US. We used to do the airplanes to Bombardier and everything. We used to do all the things that inside the airplane. I was the industrial engineer there, working as a supervisor production, and I was making $1,000 per month. Working Monday to Friday because I have to work Saturday, sometimes Sunday, because I was in charge of the production, and only $1,000 per month. Okay.
So I take it you were not happy.
No, not. I was not happy, not only for the money, because I was not happy because the environment in that kind of company. So you get in at 7 a.m., you get out at 6, 7 p.m. You don't have you don't have the time to go out. You have to be there the whole time. So I always like to be free, and I don't feel happy there. I don't feel happy there. When I go to that company, that was also the thing that I think, because when I went to that company, I came from Rainbird, and I did a very huge improve in the company, and I said, we saved like $1 million in 1 year, and they give me a bonus of $500.
Wow. You know, that's a lot of people have that story, right? They work really hard and make big contributions for their company. Sometimes they're very successful, and then when they get their bonus, if they get a bonus, it's like this, and they feel deflated, they feel insulted, they know that it's not what they were worth. So
Yeah.
I can relate to that story.
And I always want to have business, but you know, my father, he really liked that I used to be an engineer because he didn't have the opportunity to go to the school. I was the first engineer in the family, so he was very proud. But I was not happy because he used to have a business. My brother had a business, and I want to have a business, but I don't have the fund. I don't have the money. So I started looking what I can do, what I can do. I don't. The thing that I know, I was not happy. Really, I was like frustrated in working as an engineer because I think that I have much more potential that I was using there. So when I was 23, I remember I have a friend her name is Mayra, and we were in the office working, and she came and she told me, Cesar, that's what I told you, the funny, how would I get in network marketing? She told me, right. Cesar, I went to a conference with Robert Kiyosaki, and he talked about something that is called network marketing. It's very nice. And I said, what is network marketing? In that time, I don't use too much the internet. So I don't know why I don't go to internet and look. I don't know. I don't remember. That was 10 years ago. And she told me, no, network marketing, that I think that is a good business. And I don't know what is that. And she told me, my boyfriend, she's in a company. He don't do nothing and he made $100 per month. That's what she told me. And she told me, and I said, what? Yeah, he doesn't do nothing and he makes $100 per month. And I remember that I said, I want to do nothing and make $100 per month. So yeah, because that's what she told me. So I tell her, hey, please tell your boyfriend that tell me what is he doing. And she told me, okay, I will tell him. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, they never call me. Then I asked another friend, her name is Janet, and I thought, oh, I know, Mayra's boyfriend is doing a thing that is called network marketing, and he's making $100 per month. And she told me, oh yeah, I have a friend that is in another company, and they are millionaires. And I said, what? Yeah, they are millionaires. And I said, okay, tell them that call me because I want to know more. And they don't call me. Nobody called me. One day, yeah, really. This is a true story. One day, I was in my home, and I received a call for a friend. Her name is Marisol. She's the most quiet friend that I have, the more shy that you can imagine. And she invited me the worst way you can invite somebody. And she called me and she told me, Cesar, do you know what is network marketing? And I say, no, but I have listened about that. What is network marketing? And she told me, it's something that you can make money without doing nothing. Do you want to learn? And I said, yes, of course. Tomorrow at 7 p.m. we have a conference. So I went, I remember, was Wednesday. The conference was in Thursday. Okay, the next day. And I say, okay, see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. And I was like happy because for the first time I will go to a conference and know what is network marketing. And I remember I called back here and I tell, hey, how much the conference? Because I don't have money. In that time I didn't have money. So no, the conference is for free. Okay, see you there. Next day she called me like 3 p.m. Cesar, I have to tell you something. And I said, what? The conference has canceled. And I said, why? No. But we are going to do it tomorrow. And I said, okay, see you tomorrow. And they moved the conference to a Friday. So I went to the conference, and this is an important thing because the conference was in a big house, was I used to live in Tijuana, was in the best area in Tijuana. So when I went I arrived to that house, that's the first time that I arrived a house like that. And when I get into the house, that house was for a good friend right now, that is Eric Terrible Morales. He's a professional boxer. He's the first Mexican boxer that beat to Manny Pacquiao. He won championship in 4 divisions. He's a millionaire. And when his wife was doing that company. So when I get in, they don't tell me that they were rich because network marketing. They were just beginning in that. But I say, right, this is something good. Because if they are here, that's in something good. That was a Friday, brother. Friday. I listened to the presentation. I remember that I said, this is why I was looking for all my life. It took me 5 minutes to make the decision that I will do with this. So, but in that, I don't remember, but in that company, we have a package that $400, I think, I don't remember. But remember, I used to make $1,000 per month as an engineer. The package was $400. I don't have the $400. So I said, I like the business, I like it, but let me find the money. And that was a Friday. The Saturday, sometimes I went to work with my father. My father have a business, so I went with my father. And I remember that day I arrived, and he saw me because I was like, hey, Dad, I find something. No, and my father said like, what? No, Dad, I find the business that I will do it in big. And he told me, what is the business? Imagine, I didn't understand nothing. And I said, no, imagine that. This is me. I'm here. You have to bring some people, and you will be here. And my mother will, and I start doing the plan. And I remember my father watched me, and he told me, oh, Cesar, that's not work. That's a scam. That's a business. And he don't like the business, but he told me something. Do it, because you have to try. Do it. And I said, okay, I don't have money, so borrow me money, and I do it. And he told me, okay, I will borrow you money and do the business. And I started in that company. It was March 2010. March 2010. I always have, thanks to God, I always got like this kind of personality. I have many friends. The people respect me. I used to play baseball. I was like one of the best in the baseball. So I have respect for my friends. So in 2 months, brother, I bring more than 200 people to the meeting. In 2 months. In 2 months.
2 months.
March and April.
Okay.
March and April. 200 people. I have every single meeting, 1 or 2 sitting there. We have many meetings in homes, and sometimes I was the only that bring guests. 200 people. Imagine how many people do I sponsor. 200 I bring in 2 months.
How many?
Nobody. Nobody. No one. No one.
I figured you were going to say that. That's crazy.
Yeah, no one. Everybody told me I don't have time, I don't have money, blah, 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 any excuse. And I remember 2 months later, I was talking to everybody, not one, everybody. Imagine 200 people in 2 months. No one sponsor, no one, okay? Not my brother, not my dad, nobody. My father told to my brother, hey, tell Cesar, I want to pay the package and get in. And my brother said, no, give me the money, I don't want to get in there. No, the people, not even free, want to get in the business with me, okay? In May, remember, 2 months in that company, in May, I call a friend, and I said, hey, I have this opportunity. He told me, I need another company. And I said, okay, good luck, you too, good luck. And we don't do nothing. 2 weeks later, I call him and I say, what company are you at? And he told me the name. I didn't know that it wasn't a scam, but he told me, this is cheaper, it's $30 to get in. And I said, $30? And everybody's telling me that they are not getting in because they don't have money. Everybody has $30. So I call him and I say, hey, give me I want to get in. So I get in this company. It was a pre-launch, okay? The pre-launch will be May and June, and the launch will be July 4th, I remember. July 4th was the launch. In 2 months, brother, 2 months, I enrolled more than 200 people.
So the first company, in 2 months, you had 200 people look at it and nobody joined.
Nobody.
The second company, 2 months, 200 people joined.
Yeah, but here is the important thing. Nobody received the product, and I never received any $1 in commissions. It was a fraud. Wow. It was a fraud. Imagine this. Yeah, it was a fraud. Imagine this. 23 years old, working as an engineer, finishing my master's degree, working in a company doing airplanes. And my father told me, hey, have you ever received $1? You have 4 months in this industry. And I said, hey, not that. And give me the product. They don't send the product. In 2 months, I enrolled more than 200 people. I have supposed to get commission for $5,000 in July 4 when was the launch. And I remember it was July 4 and I was very happy because imagine in that time, even in that time, I was 23, I was making like 700 as an engineer, not the 1,000. And I said, imagine 5,000 in one check. For me, it was like the money of 5 months. So I said, wow. And I called my friend and I said, hey, where are they going to deposit my money? And he told me, they don't answer, the company disappeared. And I said, what? Yeah, the company disappeared. That was July, and remember that my father told me, are you going to continue with this? You stole money to the people, not you directly, but you sell the opportunity. And I said, I don't know. And this
that had to be embarrassing.
Yeah, it was not only embarrassing, but like, you know, I invest too many time. I invest. I talk with all my friends, so they believe in me. They trust in me. Then this friend told me, hey, there is another company. And I tell them, they are already paying? Yes. They are already sending the product? Yes. They have a corporate and I flew to Utah. Okay. I went to that company, to Salt Lake City. I see the office. The owner was a person, very successful person, not in network marketing. No. Okay, so he had the money, but he didn't have the experience. So I get in that company in August 2010. In 4 months, 3 different companies, bro. No $1 in commission. No even $1 in commission. Wow. Only investing or spending money, how do you want to say? I get enrolled in this company. Obviously, it was slow because I have to talk to the same people again. Really? I enrolled.
How did you go back to those 200 people?
I say this. I say business are business. Nothing is perfect. It's not what for me. What we didn't know about the company, and you know, I think you never fail. You learn things. You learn. So I learned too many things. For me, nothing was a failure. For me, nothing was like a mistake. I learned. The only way you can see something as a fail is when you don't learn nothing. And I learned many things. And I say there is business that maybe don't go good, but it doesn't mean. For example, if you open a restaurant and if the restaurant didn't work and you close, it doesn't mean that all the restaurants in the world are not a good business. It doesn't mean that that restaurant was not a good business. I don't know if I explained that good.
Right.
But it's, for example, how many restaurants have closed, how many fitness centers, it doesn't mean that all are going to close. It means that some, they didn't did the good things. So I said, I have to continue. Why? Because I see my life. I continued working as an engineer. I didn't have the results as an engineer. I know that if I only continue as an engineer, I will not achieve my dreams very fast. So I have to do something. I don't invest thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. I invest in that at time like 400 or 500 per package. So it's not like I put a business and I invest $1 million. I put a business and I invest $500 and it not works. Okay, so that's what I don't know even. I don't know why I continue.
That's a really good perspective, right? Absolutely. I think that makes a lot of sense.
So I get in this company, brother, in August 2010. January 2011. Okay, 5 months later, 6 months later, I used to play baseball. My sponsor at that time played baseball with me. We were in the field playing, and he told me I was making like $50, $20 per month. I was making money. I was selling the product. Well, that's good. I was thinking to do other business because the network marketing was not going how I expected. So January 2011, I was there in the field, I remember we were in a game and he told me, hey bro, I have to tell you something. And I said, what happened? Oh, this company is going to close in Mexico, not in the world. They have opened only 4 countries, Mexico, US, Japan, and I don't remember what other country. And they are going to close Mexico. And I say, why? Because the sales are very low. And I say, okay, don't worry. I live in Tijuana. Tijuana is the border with San Diego. And I say, okay, don't worry. I always see the solution. And you know, if you work with me, I always try to, what I can do. It's not, what is the company going to do for me? So I said, don't worry. We order all the products to San Diego. We bring the product to Tijuana, and here from Tijuana we send the product to Mexico. And he said, okay, that's good. That was a Sunday, brother. Sunday. Next day, I get in my office. I still working as an engineer. In that time, I remember I have a BlackBerry. You remember the BlackBerry?
Oh my God, you went back to BlackBerries, yes.
I have the BlackBerry, and I don't know why that weekend my BlackBerry was not working, so I cannot receive calls and nothing. And when I get into my office, I open my email and I see like 3-4 mails, one from Carlos Gutierrez, one from my friend Mayra, many friends, like 5, hey, they just told us again. And I said, what happened? The company sent an email that they will close the whole world. They closed the company. I have sponsored one person 2 days before they sent that mail. I sponsored my friend, and the next week I said, hey, they closed. Close the company. 3 companies in 11 months. 3 companies in 11 months. My belief was not too high. You know, I was like, I don't know, but I say I didn't fail. What the company failed to me. I don't fail to nobody. That's what I see. Yeah, and that's real. I never failed to nobody. They fail to me because they don't do what they have to do. I do it. So February 2000, that was February 2012, 11, sorry. My same friend, the same man, he told me, hey bro, I have something new. And I say, what is this? And I don't want to say nothing, but in that company, I met Mr. Holton Box. And that was the first time I had success. But I want to explain this because I get in that company in February 2011. 2011. Remember, I get in business network marketing March 2010. February 2011 was my fourth company. In 11 months, no $1 in commissions. I get in that company. First month, I sponsor 2. Second month, I don't sponsor nobody. Third month, April, I sponsor other 2. And I remember in that time, my father say, "You have failed 3 times. You need to focus in what are you doing. You have to focus in your work because you are very good as an engineer." And in May 2011, May 5, 5 de Mayo, something happened in my life very hard. My father passed away May 5, 5 de Mayo 2011. My father passed away. So it was a very difficult moment because I want to share you this because that was very important as things that happened in my life. I was working as an engineer. My father died in a Thursday. It was a Thursday. And in the company, they used to pay us the Thursday, like 9 a.m. They pay us. And I remember that day, my brother called me, like Julio, he's a Ruby here. My brother called me and he told me, my father just received a heart attack. He told me, I was working as an engineer, I was in the company. He told me, "Hey, Cesar, I listen the voice very different." And he told me, "Hey, my father just received a heart attack." And the first thing I think, I say, "Hey, don't worry, what hospital is he? I go there, don't worry, everything is going to be fine." And he told me, "No, my father just passed away." And when that was like 8:30 in the morning. And I remember that I start running, I get my car, somebody getting within the car, and he told me, don't drive. And I go to the other seat, and I was on the way because my father died doing exercise. So we went to the place where he was doing the exercise, and on the way to that place, I said to my friend, "Hey, stop," because I see my wallet, and I only have 20 pesos, that is like $1. I have $1, and I said, "Stop in the ATM." So in that time, I was already 24, and I stopped in the ATM, I put my card, and I have not received the payment for the company yet. So I was 24 years old. I don't have, my father just passed away, and I have $1 in my wallet. And I remember that I went to where my father died, and I see him. And that day I do a promise, and I say, many things happen. I cannot say everything, but I remember that he was in the floor, and I take him and I say, I promise that all my family will be good economically. I will achieve the dreams that I told you, and that's what happened in May 5. And in July 2011, I met Mr. Houghton-Box. 2 months later, my father passed away. I have a picture. If you want, I can share it, but later I send you the picture.
Share it if you want to, absolutely.
Let me, I think I have here the picture. Here it is.
I can tell you right now, you have everyone who's watching this sitting on the edge of their seat with this story. Absolutely.
That day was July. It was in Anaheim, California. 2 months later, my father passed away. I met Mr. Houghton-Box. I was 24 years old. And I forget something. Remember, in February, I sponsored 2. In March, nobody. In April, 2. In May, obviously, nobody. My father passed away. In June, I sponsored other 2. in July, so in the first 6 months, I sponsored 6 people. Okay, not really making money, but in that day, you know, that is a quote that I love. When you choose your mentor, you choose your future. When you choose your mentor, you choose your future. Even though Mr. Holton didn't know who I am, I see him in the stage. He did, you know, always that he talked, the energy go up, and for me was 2 months later, my father passed away. So, you know, I have my emotions, like, you know, because I was focused. I the youngest brother. We are four. I'm the youngest one. The other three are already married. So at that time, the only person that lived with my mom was me. So my mother and my father, they stayed together like 42 years old, 42 years together. So when I come after war, when I go after presentation, sometimes my mother was crying, things like that, and I say, "Hey, mother, everything is going to be good." And I was building my future with zero results, 4 companies in 60 months, no $10, $20, my best month. But that day, I was taking my decision. So I start working. I start working after that day. I start working. December 31, that day, remember, was Christmas. That Christmas was very different because my father was not there. The first Christmas without my father. My mother don't want to stay in Tijuana, so she went to travel with some family. So it was a very difficult year. And December 31 was the Happy New Year, or the New Year, the first New Year without my dad. And I remember everybody, all my friends, thinking in where that they are going to go party for Happy New Year, where are they going to do. And I was focused in achieve one run that I want to achieve. It was also Sapphire. And I remember December 31, 10 p.m., New Year, I achieved Sapphire, and I made like $1,500 in that month. That's the first month until 23 months in network marketing that I make more than $1,000 in 1 month.
This is
after 23 months.
Now I'm gonna put up this disclaimer for just a minute here so that everybody can see, and that's just because we just, you know, we're talking about money here, which is one of the main reasons that people get involved in network marketing and want to make money. And we just want to make sure that everybody understands that the money that you make, and as you can hear from Cesar's story, it's not guaranteed, right? You have to do the things that create results. And so we're not making any income guarantees, but what we can guarantee is that we have a plan that works extremely well, and that the people who work the plan can have some great results. So Cesar, I think it's absolutely amazing that because you were persistent, you now reached a point where for the first time, you made in network marketing the same amount that you made at your job. I think that's a fantastic turning point in your story.
Yeah, and I want to say something because many people can say, oh, it takes you 23 months to make the same that you used to make as an engineer. For many people, it can be too much time. But I want to tell you something. To make $1,000 as an engineer, I have to go to the kindergarten. I have to go to the high school. I have to go to the primary. I have to went to college 4 years. I have to go to the master degree, other 2 years. I have to study 21 years and work 4 years as an engineer to make 1,000. And nobody say nothing. Nobody say that is too much time.
Nobody said that's too much. Nobody said that's too much time.
Yeah, no,
But
I don't know nobody that say, oh, it's too much time, go to the college, invest money, get in debt, because many people get in debt when they go to the college. I have a scholarship because I used to play baseball, but if you don't have a scholarship, that is too much money, and they invest 20 years, 20 years studying. Then you have to get experience. Then you get paid. And nobody say too much time.
You worked 23 years to make $1,000 a month. And then you did it in 23 months.
Correct.
I love it.
Correct. Then
okay,
after that month, when I get that rank, many people was watching me. They weren't getting to the business, but they were watching me. And we create a big momentum. And 12 months later, December 31, I hit a position similar to the one that I have right now. And I start making what I remember, I made 1,000 as an engineer per month. What I used to do every 4 years as an engineer, I start making every month in the network marketing. When I was 20, in that my birthday is in December, so in that time I was 25.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So let's reiterate that. So what it would take you 4 years to make as an engineer, you now 1 year later, you're making that in a month.
Yes. Yes.
That's amazing. That's absolutely phenomenal.
Obviously, at that time, I was not working anymore as an engineer. I don't want to know nothing about engineer because I don't want to be in a job. That was when I was 24. So I started network marketing when I was 23. It took me 23 months to make the same that I used to do as an engineer. But in total, accumulate, since I started network marketing when I was 23, I made my first $1 million in commissions when I was 26 years old. And that was my life changed completely. I remodeled my mother's house. I buy her a car. We start traveling around the world. I invest. I have many business. And that was amazing. That was amazing. So what I can tell anybody is a process. Everything is a process, and you have to believe in you, because there were in that time many people that start watching me as the crazy man, but nobody knows how I want to achieve my goal. Nobody knows that.
You know what? I think this is phenomenal, and I'm giving you a new name today. Today, I'm gonna call you Cesar the Excuse Killer, because you killed some excuses today. A lot of excuses died today. Okay, I've been making a list. Look at this. Check out this list, Cesar. You killed, I don't have the money to start a business. You had to borrow the money to get started. That stops so many people, right? Your family said it was a scam. You should quit. You should focus on your job. Nobody will join me. You brought 200 people to the meeting and nobody joined. The embarrassment of getting 200 people involved in a scam. You lost your dad. You were too young. It was too expensive. It didn't work. And you were in 4 companies in 11 months and you had to go back to the same people. So many people, any one of those, just one of those, would keep them from trying again. And you had all of those and you kept at it. Like you said, you went through the process and then you reaped the reward. Absolutely amazing. I got a question for you. So you used to work in a building with no windows, and you didn't see the sun in the morning or the night. Now that you are successful and you are free and you are still young, what is your life like now?
Wow. Right now, it's amazing because one of the things that I love more is to be free, to have the choice to do whatever you want to do. Because sometimes the people think that be free is don't do nothing, and it doesn't mean to be free. Be free is do the things that you really want or love to do. It doesn't mean that if you are free, you are going to wake up at the afternoon and don't do nothing the whole day. You have the choice. If you don't want to do it one day, you can. But all the people that were entrepreneurs, we always want to room for something. We always achieving things. So my life is completely different. Before I go to that point, I want to say something. Why I didn't listen to that people? Because I understand something. All my family get me back to that environment, or if I continue working in my dreams, I will take my family to the correct environment. I don't know, because nobody in my family was rich, nobody in my family had success, nobody. So I said, if I listen them, because they love me, they do it to protect me, but sometimes they don't know what is the best for me. So if I listen my family because I love them, I will have the results of my family. So I take the decision to follow my mentor. I took the decision to listen to people with results. And I'm sharing you this because right now, my mother have traveled for the last 8 years. She didn't like to travel, and I said she didn't like, but she knows many cities, countries. She's in all the events. I gave her first cars when in 2012. It was a Volkswagen because she didn't want something else. And right now she has an Audi. So my brother, he's a Ruby here. My sister, she's my personal assistant, and she runs all the companies that we have. My nephew and my niece, how do you say niece? Nephew, nice.
Your niece, yes.
One is boy and one is girl. Yes. Two of them, they are 18 years, and they get into the business this week.
Love it.
And I did the presentation for them for my niece Andrea yesterday with 2 persons, and for my nephew next I think Monday or Sunday with 10 persons, and he already sponsored 1. Wow. They are doing business. My family is in this environment, So what I can tell you right now, I live in Querétaro. I live in one of the best buildings. Right now, I have a penthouse, two floors penthouse, in the 18th floor and 19th floor, cars, travel, business, many things. I think my life, I have the time. When I start, I used to, my weight was like 40 pounds higher. Right now, I have the time to do exercise, to take care of me, many things, my family.
I saw some pictures when you got started.
Yeah. Yeah. My family, anybody, all my family is in other channel, if you want to say. We are in the correct environment. So all my life changed, not only me, my family, friends, many friends, and that's my goal, to help more people, to change the life of many families. Because many people want to change the people, and you cannot change nobody. You have to change you, and when you change, the people that you love will start changing because by your example. Because when they see you, they get inspired.
Wow. I got to ask you another question. When the people in the beginning, when they were first trying to introduce you to network marketing, they kept telling you about these people who were making money, but they didn't do it. They didn't do anything. Is that really true? Now that you are making the money and you're successful, is it really true that you don't have to do anything?
No, no. You know, that is bad information, you know, and we have to take care about that because all the people tell me you can make money without not doing nothing. I have worked too hard. I work very hard. Right now, I continue working hard, but because hard is travel around the world. Last year, I don't know, but I made a tour like for 15 countries, 50 cities. That is but I used to work hard as an engineer, and I didn't get paid. So I prefer work hard for my dreams. So you have to work hard, of course. Nobody will have success in nothing if you don't work hard. Work hard. You have, but not. It's not only work hard. You have to have the correct car or the correct vehicle, because I know many people that work harder than me, but they don't have results because they are not in the correct environment or in the correct vehicle. So you have to work hard, but also you have to be in the correct environment.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so last question, because I've been watching the chats. You're blowing everybody's mind today, and we appreciate you taking this time and sharing. So there are people who are watching right now, or they're watching the recording, and they are where you used to be. They're working a job. They're not making the money that they want, or they're working a job and making great money and they're just not happy, or they have a business and, same thing. And they're nervous. They're concerned about getting started in network marketing. What kind of advice do you have for them?
You have to do it. If you have the question, I do it or not do it, I always say, and that is something that I don't say in the beginning, I forget, but when my father passed away, that's why I always say yes or yes, because when I failed many times, I said, I will do it. I only have two options, yes or yes. I don't, when you put the success as an option, it doesn't come. You have to say, I will do it, yes or yes. I don't have any other option. I say you have to have the mentality, yes or yes. So what I'm telling you this, because if you are here for the first time, the only reason why you are thinking if you get in or not to a network marketing business is because you are thinking right now what other people is going to say about you. And many people care too much about the opinions of other person. And what I can tell you, many people talk about me. Many people didn't trust in me. Many people say, oh, Cesar he's losing his time. Many people say, oh, he's going again. He thinks he's going to be a successful person. Many people do that. But what I understand is nobody of them, remember, I have a goal. My goal was to remodel my mother's home and buy a car for her. Nobody of that people will remodel my mother's house, and nobody is going to build buy the car. The only person that is going to do that was me. So I never listen negative person. I never listen the non-sayers. I never listen the person that don't believe in me. Because if they don't care about me, why I have to care about that, about them, about their opinions? So I listen to people that help me to increase my results. I'm focused in my goal, and what I want. The only thing I can tell you, every successful people in the world, doesn't matter in what, they have failed at least 1 or 2 times, or 5 times. but the difference is that they continue running for their dreams. So what I recommend you is go do it. Don't put the success as an option, and program your mentality to say, I have only two options, yes or yes. That's what I can tell you.
Wow. Every successful person has failed at least once or twice. I love it, brother. I love it. And we love you, and we appreciate you for taking the time today to light us all on fire and to kill all those excuses. You came with weapons today to kill excuses, and you killed them today. And we appreciate you so much for inspiring everyone. For everybody who is watching, I know that you're feeling the same type of things that we're feeling. And I tell you right now, we did not give you a business presentation intentionally. We wanted you to hear the story. We wanted you to understand the journey that Cesar had to undergo, and the decision-making, and what his life was like along the way. And hopefully this inspires you. Now, if you want the details and you want to know exactly what Cesar is doing today to maintain his freedom, even to take it to a whole nother level, screenshot what's on your screen right now. Because tonight we have in 1 hour a presentation in English to talk about our company, Ibüümerang, that Cesar is doing extremely well with and helping other people to win at. We have an English presentation at 8. We have a Spanish presentation at 9. You can join us on Zoom. You can join us on Facebook Live. Either way, you have to be on so that you can hear the story, hear the details behind the story. So that said, we look forward to having you guys join us. Cesar, thank you again, brother. Thank you for being on here with us.
You're welcome. Thank you very much for the invitation. See you soon, brother.
Awesome, awesome. And for everybody who's been watching, this has been Conversations with Entrepreneurs, and we'll see you on the beaches of the world.